All right, welcome to your on-campus interview. I'm your host, Venner. Here I have CJ Molina with us. He's going to kind of explain where he's from and what brought him to Dickinson quick, and then we'll get started.
I'm Carlos Molina. I go by CJ. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I played baseball here at Dickinson State University. This is my 4th year of college.
Very cool. All right, so what's your major and what kind of drew you to Dickinson?
I double major in business management and human resource management.
Nice.
I was playing college baseball in Arizona, and I was looking for opportunities, and this was the place I fell in love with.
Very cool, very cool. How are things kind of looking for you guys this season?
They started rough. They did, but it's been looking up. The team has a level of congruency that I didn't expect with the younger team, and it really gives me belief because even when we're at our worst, I know that there's belief in the team that we're going to do well.
Yeah, very good, very good. What position do you play?
I play first base, pitcher, outfield.
Whoa, wow, okay. Kind of a utility, I'd say, for sure. What's your favorite?
First base.
Very cool,
yeah.
Very cool. What are things to look forward to with baseball this year?
The bond we have with the team.
Yeah.
It's just a lot tighter, or just together. It's a very positive mindset because we know that there's going to be tough times.
Yeah.
And we're able to get through them together, and that's something that will make the team exciting to watch.
No, totally. What's kind of some advice, you being is this your final year of baseball? Or
I have one more.
One more year?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, what kind of advice do you have to maybe some younger players out there wanting to play collegiate sports? Something
that I learned the hard way is that you have to believe in yourself. There's going to be struggles, especially in the game that we play that is made for struggles. You have to understand that failure is going to happen more frequently than not, and you have to believe in yourself and be confident at all times.
Totally, man. You're inspiring me, I gotta say, for sure. What kind of plans do you have after baseball and Dickinson? Do you plan to stick around, maybe?
I don't know. Not really sure where my path's going to take me yet. My family has a business back home, so that's always a safekeeping, knowing that I have the opportunity, especially with the major I'm in.
Yeah.
But I kind of just want to see how the road takes me.
Totally. Yeah. Awesome. All right. I mean, you've been here for a while now here at DSU. To wrap up, my final question, what does DSU mean to you?
DSU means there's a good community together. Yeah. It's a great bond, something I never expected when I first came here. With it being such a small town, I never expected such a great bond with the community and all the people around, and how awesome it is. Totally.
No, I agree with you, for sure. Well, thank you, CJ. We're glad you're here, and good luck to the rest of your season.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, perfect. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hawk Talk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. Today we have a very special guest, my boss. I'll have you introduce yourself.
Ty Orton with the DSU Heritage Foundation.
Thank you for coming on, Ty. What brought you to DSU?
I actually came out here, it's close to 18 years now, and I came out here as the men's basketball coach.
Nice. So when I was about 3 years old, you were coaching basketball.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, over 20 years of coaching.
Yeah. What is your role with the DSU Heritage Foundation?
So I get to be the executive director there. 8 years ago, they approached me, Dr. Jim Osmond, when he was the interim president, came in, and at the time they needed to get a new foundation started at the university, and they approached me to become the lead on that and build it back up.
Yep. What has it been like to watch the development of the foundation, almost building it from the ground up since you've been here?
You know, we started it with zero. We had a lot of people step up and support us. They came through and made sure that Dickinson State was important to Dickinson and made sure that the foundation became solid so that we can continue to support the students in the area, making sure that they come in, they all have scholarships, but it was just, it was unbelievable the amount of pride that this community has in Dickinson State and everything that Dickinson State does for the area as well.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite thing about your job? Besides working with me, obviously.
I was going to say
we'll get into that later.
It's working with the community. It's working with the connections that you start to have. It's working with the students, having the students there. We employ 13, students that we get really close with, and they do everything from computer work to, like recently, they did yard work. And they're doing a lot of things to make sure that the foundation go. Without the students there, our board members, our staff there working hard, it's a different office. It makes it a totally different office. We get to know everybody, and we get to understand the highs and lows, and you understand when students are having a bad day, and you can help them through it. And it's kind of almost like I was coaching again, because you still help those students out and take them through some hard times, because they're young adults. They're just starting to figure out what's going on in life, and hey, your bad day could be a lot worse. You know, it's not as bad as you think, even though you think it's the worst day in the world, like we all do. Sometimes we just need somebody to say, you're okay. We're here to support you, and things are going to get better. And when you know that you have people around you like that, everything usually does.
Yeah, that's good. If you could go back to the day you graduated college or high school, with all the information you know now, what would you tell yourself?
The day I graduated college, I was walking around with Ted Turner. And his wife, Jane Fonda. That was kind of funny. That's a good story sometimes. So what would I tell myself? Continue to do what you're doing. Take the chances. Keep trying. Keep making sure that you are doing things that make you uncomfortable, that make you sweat in situations, things that you don't want to do, make sure that you do. And I've always lived by that. So everybody, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. I don't really have that. And maybe that's because I don't think about it enough. But working and doing the best that you can every day, and you can go home and say, I did the best that I could today. I did what I could to make my job better. I tried to make my family better. I tried to make the people around me better. That helps you to relax at night, I guess, if you will. To know that to not have regrets is something important, but everybody's gonna have regrets. I mean, it's not like you don't have regrets, but that's kind of the one thing that I would say, hey, just make sure you understand that there's gonna be hard times, and those hard times, you don't go as low as you want to go, and those great times, you don't go as high as you want to go. You know, so and that's kind of where we are as a society today. Oh, this happened to me, wham, they're on the floor, and we're all guilty of it. Or this happened, I won the lottery, I'm the greatest person in the world. No, either one is not right. And that's kind of what I tried to teach the teams to do. Anybody that saw me coach said, oh, you didn't do it yourself. No, I didn't, probably not. But we tried to continue to teach young adults how to be the best parents, the best people, do the best that they can in everything that they did.
God, you should write a book, Ty.
Yeah.
New York Times bestseller. In my opinion. What has been the best part about working with me? You know, we've talked all about you. Let's talk about me a little bit. What's been your favorite thing about working with me?
All right, so let's tell you about Xander. When he came in, I tell you what, Xander was a pain. He was tough. He was hard-headed, and I have seen him grow from a person that I know you're going to be extremely successful. I know that you can do a lot of things in life, and your confidence has grown. Your understanding that you can do a lot of things, and that's something that has impressed me the most about you, is where you started. It was like, oh, this kid doesn't have a shot, and now it's like he's a phenomenal person. And I know this is a joke question, is what you're saying, but honestly, I think everybody needs to understand the impact that a university has on a student, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom, and letting a young adult figure out who they are is something that colleges allow you to do. You know, and mom and dad, they're always going to watch you, and they're always going to be around, or somebody in your life that loves you. But when you go to college, you get tested on who you truly are. And there's times where these students are like, I don't know who we are. That's where we need to be there for them, not to direct them, but to say, it's fine. You're going to be okay. Take a deep breath. Let's kind of get you back on track. And, you know, you're one of those students that I'm going to listen a little bit. And now we look at you and we're like, hey, I'm not worried about him. He's got a chance. He's got a chance to make it.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm going to make sure I think when my mom watches this episode, she'll be very grateful for what you just said. Final question. We ask this to everybody who comes on Hawk Talk. What does DSU mean to you?
DSU is a spot that when I came out here to coach, I didn't know that DSU was even around. Hank Bijou came and said, you played here. You played a game here. I said, no, I didn't. He brought out the scorebook and showed me. I probably had 1 point fouled out, and probably got a technical. I don't know. But so when my wife and I moved up here, we didn't know, we took a job. We moved up here and we made friends. We understood the community. We figured out that Dickinson is a very unique spot.
It is.
People support you in tough times. In good times, you have good friends. But it's a giving community. I'm not talking about the foundation, but you look at all the events that this community supports. You have a lot of medical benefits, and people will just come out because they care about the families, and they want to do those things. And I think Dickinson State is part of that. We're not that. We're part of Dickinson. We're part of Southwest North Dakota, and I think that's the most important thing that Dickinson State is Dickinson State is Dickinson, but if Dickinson wasn't there, Dickinson State wouldn't be as powerful as it is, especially with the way that Dickinson helped get the foundation going. We went from 0 to $23 million in endowments in 8 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of hard work. We have a lot of people working on that. That's a lot of dedication, but that's people trusting me. That's people trusting what the university does, and that says something about this community. So I think it's just the overall idea that Dickinson State brings people together, but Dickinson State makes people grow, so that when you leave, you're going to always remember Dickinson.
Oh yeah.
You're going to always remember Dickinson State. Even if you go to New York City, it's always going to be in there. And that's something that's always going to stay with you. And I think that's something that's important too, that Dickinson State provides.
I think you might just top Hank for best.
I doubt it.
I'm not going to lie, that was a pretty good answer. All right, that's all we have. Thank you for coming on, Ty. We'll see you guys next week.
Welcome back to another episode of Minute with President Easton. President Easton, do you and Marivern have any fun summer plans coming up?
No, you know, we will go to the Twin Cities where my mom lives and two of my sisters live. Not as much this summer. Last summer we went with Professor Charbonneau on a trip to Ireland. That was a big deal. So we don't have any big time plans. A lot of resting this summer. It's been an interesting and in some ways long year, and so there'll be a lot of resting up. But there'll be a couple of short trips. We always go to the Black Hills. That's one of our go-to places, and we'll get there a couple times.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Cheyenne, and this is your weekly recap. Golf competed in the NSAA championships, both teams placing 4th, 2 women receiving all conference honors, and Bryce Reed taking home NSAA Player of the Year. Track and field started a tournament in Bismarck this week and head to Fargo this weekend to finish up their regular season. Baseball went 3-1 in their series against Valley City. They will compete at home this Saturday at 2:30 to kick off the conference tournament. Softball will also open the conference tournament at home this weekend at 5:30. Head out to DSU to support the Blue Hawks at home this weekend. A big thanks goes out to our sponsors, Dacotah Bank, Charbonneau Car Center, and of course Consolidated, as well as our viewers. Don't forget to follow us on social media at DSU Foundation, and as always, Hawks are up.
Look at that. More time getting